You're watching Zoo Tours, the channel that takes you on a virtual field trip to the zoo. Welcome everyone to the channel's tour debut of the beautiful and scorching hot Zoo Miami. What many will argue, and I can't help agree, is the best non-theme park zoo in Florida. To get you started on this journey, if you haven't already, I want you to click on that card above that gives you a full breakdown of this park with tips on how you can make your visit even better. Today's tour will hit up 1989's Australian Centre. Like I said in the intro video, it doesn't cover much ground and is very different from any Australian attraction we've seen so far. So this video will be short and the exhibit may be small, but the animals are still to die for. Before we begin, if you haven't already, if you could be so kind and press those like, sub, and bell buttons to officially join this zoo crew. To get to your destination, all you gotta do is go past the Mission Everglades. If you pass the koala sculptures, you've gone too far. The portal to the land of Oz, as they say, throws you into a flying rainbow. A classic, and some say an overdone kind of exhibit, but always a fun one nonetheless. So fun it requires a breakdown of rules with every entry. More times than not, that means it's a walk-through aviary for lorikeets. It registers a little small on the scale, but that just lets you know there's a bird no matter where you turn. Just beyond the exit is a list of questions that you should ask yourself before getting a parrot or any other kind of exotic wildlife as a pet to test if you can truly be a suitable and responsible owner. At any other Australian exhibit by now, I feel like we'd be shown the doors to walk amongst the roos. But Zoo Miami likes to be a little different at times, and it doesn't get much different than the Wombat. Just look at them go. Do you know how lucky we were to see this? There's maybe around 10 zoos in the AZA that has this marsupial. Not only that, wombats will hit the hay for up to 16 hours and might tolerate the daylight if the weather's light jacket appropriate. It was nearly Turkey Day, but I felt like I should have been wearing a bathing suit. I know what you were hoping to see, believe me. I was thinking the same thing. You also so desperately want to see this wombat take a poop. Sadly, they didn't have to go. Our next stop. Oh, for context, wombats poop in cubes. It's gonna sound a little weird, maybe it's just me, but I think that makes them even cuter. So cute that I made not one but 2 t-shirts commending their unique bathroom abilities. Speaking of sleeping, this next one is such a champion at it they even put their name on the building. The heart of the Australian Centre was designed to show off the zoo's wallpapering skills and tug at your heartstrings with koalas. Looking a little different from their profile picture, but still cute nonetheless. Now their next door neighbor is a bit of a tree climber themselves. The Matchie's tree kangaroo. Not actually from Australia, but a small range in New Guinea. They're hunted for their meat and fur, threatened by logging, oil drilling, and deforestation. Zoo Miami contributes to their survival in the wild, and they are no stranger to any arboreal ankle biters. On our visit, I saw one roo have access to 2 homes. The first one is something I have never seen before. We've seen sharks, cats, and even bears go right over our heads, but I've never seen the opportunity given to a tree kangaroo. I have no idea if either of these marsups have access to the great outdoors, but I do know there is a former New Guinea singing dog exhibit right in front of the building, so fingers crossed that'll go to one or both of them. And my fingers were as crossed as they possibly could have been, because I was hoping to see the southern cassowary, a giant bird that keeps it old school, ancient, prehistoric if I'm so inclined to say. They're large-bodied, have sharp claws, a helmet on top of their head. This is a dinosaur, people. Insert the line that all birds are living dinosaurs. Okay, but not all of them look like a resurrected species. Don't correct me if I'm wrong because it'll make me look bad. I want to say this is Gannicus, who hatched in 2020 at the Cassowary Conservancy in Fort Pierce, Florida. They take about 3 years to mature and a little more to grow in full, which would explain why he's a little bit on the smaller side. Not fully grown, but surely still lethal. but we'll get into that another time. This is our last stop, but not our last animal. We were part of a very lucky few to see their dingoes. You won't find any initial mention of them that they even exist at Zoo Miami. Contrary to their collars and human contact, these bros are not pets, they are technically ambassadors. In Australia, it is illegal to remove a dingo from the wild and treat one as a pet unless you have a permit. Owning a pure dingo or hybrid is actually far from unheard of, from what I've gathered from owners with experience. If you get one, it's highly recommended you get a second. Dingoes are smart but stubborn, and usually think of ways to do things that they shouldn't be doing, and get easily bored, and as a response, they might dig a giant den in your backyard, chew up as many of your possessions as they can, and are looking for ways to escape. So your fences not only need to be really tall, but also well buried deep into the ground, which is why we were told why these pups cannot replace the singing dogs unsupervised, and why they don't have a permanent exhibit yet, because the fencing is just too short. Apparently this trio is shown to the public at certain times. In this case, first thing in the morning for about an hour. They were an absolute treat, and their kind keepers, one of them already a fan of the channel, are with them to answer all of your dingo related questions. And that will do it for today. Like I said, the Australian Centre may be small, but makes up for it in rarities, memories, and the ability to make you smile for the rest of the day. So, as always, please stay tuned, stay wild, and thank you all for watching Zoo Tours.